In today's video, we've come a little further afield in our search for Christmas. We're in Munich, in Bavaria. We've got markets and meetups, the 3 S's. Yes, snow, surfers and sausage. Throw in a marriage proposal and a beer or two, and it's the perfect time in Munich. Over to the hotel room. Hello and welcome to Postcard and a Pint. I'm Rachel.
I'm Wills.
And we've arrived. Now let's go find Christmas. So what's the first thing you found, Wills?
Look, it's been snowing.
And the award for the world's campest snowball throw ever goes to... Glad to see the cinema's still showing Rocky Horror 6 years later. This was one of our favourite bars and it did not survive the pandemic. Sad times, bye-bye, Thrupney Opera Bar. But it's snowing, so all is well. Let's get down to the old town and find ourselves a market. This is the Easertor, one of the 4 main gates of the medieval city wall, and it looks like we found Christmas market number 1. This is very much a food and drink market, the perfect place for a dram of Feuert Sangenbowle on your way home. Feuert Sangenbowle literally means fire tongue punch, and is made here each year and served from a huge cauldron. If punch isn't your thing, there's always coffee and sausage. Always so much sausage in Germany. And sauerkraut. Fermented raw cabbage. Maybe later, eh? Much as we'd love a punch, we're pacing ourselves. Now, are you having fun, Rach? Thought so. Right, let's leave the fire tongue punch behind and continue into the old town. Traditionally festive. I like it. Incredibly garish. Lovely. There are so many incredible buildings in the Altstadt. Greetings indeed. We were starting to get our bearings back when we found... Amazing, guys. And guten Abend, kleiner Bayer. We're in a cracking mood. Let's see some more. Dinner on a bus? No thanks. Wills wanted to find the Hofbrauhaus before we let loose on the main market, so an amble through the back streets was in order. I see some little steins. I think we're going the right way. Wow, those are massive steins. We must be getting closer. A quick peruse of nutcrackers, Santas and all things Christmassy, and we're there. Impressed with the queues, Rach? OK, so Friday night in December is possibly not the time to visit the Hofbrauhaus. We'll come back in the day tomorrow, when there's bound to be less people. Ignorant fools. That's quieter, but looks a bit posh for us. So does that. Right, let's stop this nonsense and get back to what you've all clicked to see, a German Christmas market in all its glory. This is Munich Christkindlmarkt in Marienplatz at the foot of the mighty town hall. This market has roots dating back to the 14th century and is considered the original Munich Christmas market. There is all manner of things to buy, from baubles to Leberkuchen, from sweets and hot nuts to Santas. Our Christmas spirit was soaring. We love you too, Munich. Right, stars and baubles aside, on to one of the most important tasks one faces when attending a Christmas market. The search for the perfect mug. Ooh no, too cartoony, and they don't match. The search continues. Yes, pretty baubles, but where's this year's Christmas mug? Looking promising? They're all right, but I think we can do better. There is nothing more satisfying than finding that perfect Christmas mug. Well, apart from having a glühwein out of it, of course. Hello, pretty stall? Check. Festive red hat? Check. Varied glühwein menu? Check. And there they are. Welcome to the family. Now fill them up, lads.
How happy are we? We've got a glühwein and our first mug. Oh my God, that's good. God, that's strong as well.
Christmas in a mug. You can't beat it. And what pretty mugs too. Cheers, Stan97. What next?
It's another YouTube meetup. We're meeting near from home.
Now, these guys live in Munich, so know far more than we do. They took us to a traditional beer hall, without a queue of 50 outside. I would tell you its name, but I'll leave that to Ben, as he talks the German better than me.
We've met some really cool people. It's near from home and they've brought us to an amazing beer hall. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to the Augustiner Bierhalle.
Yeah, what he said. We had some traditional Bavarian food and of course beer, and quickly became good friends with Ben and Camille. It got to the sharing cat photo stage, so they're definitely friends for life. All too soon, it was time to leave. We posed for a few cheeky selfies before we parted company.
Well, it's the end of night one. What a fantastic day and what a lovely evening. Ben and Camille are just, well, they're friends now. Two of the nicest people we've met. We chatted and chatted.
How nice were they?
Yeah, we really loved the new beer hall he introduced us to, and we had some real Bavarian food. And it's been a top night. So let's get to bed, and it's up early tomorrow to have a full-on Munich day. See you there.
Morning! A quick holiday in Brekkie? What, more sausages? What's happening today then?
We're up now, we've had breakfast, great night's sleep, we're off to see Munich, and it started to snow. Christmas is around here somewhere.
It's cold outside.
Today went completely off course, but in a totally amazing way. The plan had been to work our way through yet more markets, but when walking to town, we found this path and decided to follow it. I'm so glad we did. Will's got to do some field recording, which he loves doing. It was a day of quality time together.
The first for you and me.
The snow was gradually getting thicker, and Munich was fast turning into a picture postcard. Are you feeling it, Wills?
Yep, it's starting to feel a bit Christmassy.
How can you not feel Christmassy whilst walking amongst snow-covered trees, alongside a river, stopping along the way to record such beautiful ambiences? It may not be everyone's idea of a perfect day, but it's certainly ours.
I longed for this moment.
And still the snow kept falling. We have no idea which buildings or bridges we passed on our way. We were just having the best time. The artists at work in this underpass were so talented. Check out these pieces of art.
In a cabin out in nowhere. Just
We found this cute pond, chock-a-block with ducks. Perfect for sound recording.
everything till we perfect for this week.
They were super noisy and so many breeds.
The first for you and me.
Now, we'd never seen one of these before. That's a mandarin duck, apparently. I called him Omnion Duck, as he looked like he was wearing a speed cycling helmet.
Is that ever since July?
And the snow got thicker.
Happier than I have ever been. It's safe
Our
to
walk had now
say
taken us into the English Garden, a large public park in Munich. It was created in 1789 by Sir Benjamin Thomas and later Count Rumford for Prince Charles Theodore. Who knew?
this moment to have you for
It's also bloody massive. How are you finding this, Rach?
Isn't this absolutely magical? The English garden. Yeah, there's no one here, it's snowing, but it's so special. And we're off to see the mini Hofbrauhaus. Come on.
Here's hoping it's not as crowded as its downtown big brother. Okay, so on first impressions, it looks like a tent. But dogs are allowed in, so it's all good with us.
We're in the mini Hofbrauhaus in the English Garden. Just stop for a cup of hot chocolate and a pretzel. Hey, say.
I know. We've gotten inside a Hofbrauhaus and we've had a hot chocolate. Talk about letting the channel down. It is 10 a.m, guys. But there was no music playing, so perfect for another field recording. Although this one did include a lot of barking. Do you reckon her bark's worse than her bite? Sorry.
That was really cute. The hot chocolate was gorgeous and we loved all the dogs in there. It was brilliant. People just out for a morning, stop for 11s. Look, the food looked nice as well. What did you think, Wells?
Well, that was a nice hot chocolate. And now we're off in search of the Chinese Tower, which we thought was just up here. I think it's about 2 kilometres away, so got a while yet. Let's go have a look.
A romantic walk in the park.
And in the words of Shakin' Stevens, snow is falling all around me.
And how to ruin it. This was a small Saturday market selling delicious cheese, sausage and a few Christmassy things. And onwards we walked. The English Garden is one of the world's largest urban parks. It even has its own Swan Lake. Charming. I'd like to see your face, please. Guys, your face. The snow kept on falling and Christmas felt like it was all around us. Great Santa hat, Mr. Horse. After a long and snowy walk, we'd finally reached the Chinese Tower. This 25-metre high wooden structure was first constructed in 1789. It was modelled on the Great Pagoda, which sits in the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. On July the 13th, 1944, the original pagoda burnt down after heavy bombing. But using old photographs and drawings, this exact replica was built and opened in 1952. So the English Garden, what do you make of it, Rach?
All the times we've been to Munich, we've never been to the English Gardens or walked the English Gardens. Have we walked the English Gardens today? We finally got to the Chinese Tower. There's no markets here this year. It's all under a bit of restoration. We're going to go search out the surface next. Come on.
Then this absolutely beautiful moment happened.
We've just met Emily and Jeremy in the park in the English Gardens, and he just proposed and she said yes.
Amazingly, I'm so surprised, still shaking.
Congratulations, guys. Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
A proposal in a winter wonderland. It doesn't get much more perfect than that. He's a keeper, Emily. Right, surfers. In this artificial stream flowing through the gardens, the change from laminar to turbulent flow creates a fantastic surfing wave. So Wikipedia tells me. I can tell you, it looks damn cold. Surfers surf here year-round, even in blizzard conditions, it seems. Even though the signs say not to do it, the city has now taken ownership of the water, so it's no longer illegal. But only experienced surfers should ride the waves. Well done, lads. We'll stick to snowy walks if it's all the same to you. And then we found a load of geese. As you do. Nope, it's too cold to be sitting out for a beer. Out of the English Garden we went and straight into a protest. I didn't know what we were protesting about, but I got stuck in anyway. Turns out it was multiple protests, all being managed by the police together. We went past the university, the Bavarian State Library, and finished at the residence. What a beautiful palace. This is on the list to visit next time we're in Munich. That was the protesters having a concert, and this is the Feldherrnhalle, built by King Ludwig I as a tribute to the glory of the Bavarian army. Right, my feet are about to fall off. Time for a sit down at the Hofbrauhaus finally. I mean, it's the middle of Saturday. No one will be there. Oh, apart from those 50 queuing. Damn! We should have listened to Ben and Camille. They said it was over-touristy and overhyped. I mean, even the live statue has had enough. But queue we did. And finally, they let us in. Now, don't get us wrong, we love this place and have spent many a fabulous time here over the years. The history of this building is incredible, but today it felt like they didn't care how many people came in, whether you wanted to eat, drink, or just take photos for Instagram. All in all, it wasn't the best experience. And as for getting a space at a table, dream on. We'd have loved to join in, but it wasn't to be. One thing we do recommend you do at the Hofbrauhaus is make your way up to the third floor to the festival hall. In February 1920, Hitler and the National Socialists held their very first meeting here. Hitler presented the Nazi Party 25-point programme in this very room. Very different to today's vibe. Right, moving on. There's got to be somewhere that's got a seat and a sausage.
We tried the Hofbrauhaus, but it was packed to disgusting. So we're now at the Bratwurst, Herzl, bar, pub, keller, whatever. We've got a beer, we've got a table, and we've ordered food. Very civilised.
Your finest beer review, please, Wills.
This is nice.
Thanks. Sausage and potatoes all round once again. What do we say to that?
Cheers.
We certainly do. Now, after that accidental 6-hour detour we took, we'll finally show you some markets. Nice mugs, but ours are better. Hashtag mug snob. Stollen for days. I have a horrible feeling we may get a Stollen gag from the king of comedy later. As you can see, the blizzard was still in full force. I think we need a cheeky dry off in a church. That'll do. St. Peter's Church. You're very impressive, very beautiful, and very dry. Thank you. But if you're going to see any more markets, we're going to have to brave the elements. The things we do for you. So let's walk up to Karlsplatz and take it from there. Up at Karlsplatz, they have the Münchner Eiszauber, or Munich Ice Magic. This mini village plays host to the outdoor ice rink, as well as having lots of places to eat and drink whilst watching the fun on the ice. Oh, go on then. Have either of you two ever considered, I don't know, a hat? I mean, it's snowing up a blizzard now and everyone else has got one on. Karlsplatz has a few stalls, but it's definitely all about the ice rink and skating. Karl's Tor is another of the remaining gates in Munich city walls. Nope, not another sausage. For the time being, I am all sausaged out. The markets here really do sell some beautiful things. OK, we're both starting to resemble Yetis again. Time for another church. This is the Frauenkirche, and at the entrance to the church it is said the devil himself left a footprint. Looks like he also wore size 8 hiking boots, but I digress. Legend says the devil was annoyed that yet another building had been erected in God's name. He thought the windows had been forgotten and leapt up in joy, leaving behind his footprint as he landed. Or maybe he missed the sign for wet cement. Let's carry on Christmasing. Everyone was out in the streets sipping glühwein and full of Christmas cheer. She's not. It certainly is. Yes, friends and family, Christmas spoiler alert, you're all getting Leberkuchen and Stollen this year. We took our last look around the market at Marienplatz before we headed off to our final market of the day. Yes, folks, even after our 6-hour detour, blizzards and baubles, we still felt there was one last sausage and market in us. It certainly was a winter wonderland. Heidhauser Market, a tip from near from home, and as it happened, near to our hotel too. Bonus. I think we may have found Christmas right at the end of the day. This market is small but perfectly formed and magical.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business.
Well, we're finishing the day in the Heidhauser Market, and we were told about this one by the brilliant Near From Home's video about Munich Christmas markets. Check it out if you haven't seen it. After this one, obviously, and I have to say, I think this one is the best so far. We've definitely saved the best till last. It's the one where the locals go, apparently, and it's got a really nice feel to it. So we'll show you around now.
As Will said, this is more of a locals market, and although they sold a lot of the same things as the main markets, there were certainly more local craft stalls at this one, and some really beautiful things to buy.
And somehow we knew that we'd found something true, and that
Oh, and guess what else happened? We had another sausage. And that's what you call a sausage smile. Walking around this market, we really felt as though we had truly found Christmas. Now let's get out of the snow and rest our weary feet. And
rest our weary feet we did. Now, you might have noticed we're back at home, but don't worry, that's not the end of our European adventure. The very next day after Munich, we got a train to Salzburg, and that's coming out next week.
Yay.
But after a 27,000 step day in Munich, our feet were wrecked. We were really tired. We tried to record an ending, but it was dreadful.
We hurt.
So we're doing it now instead. So Munich Wills, what did you enjoy?
I enjoyed absolutely all of it. We've been to Munich a number of times. We've only been to the markets once, I think, before.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pick out a good moment. But meeting up with Ben and Camille from Near From Home, brilliant YouTube channel. Check them out. They do a lot of Munich content, a lot of German content. They're brilliant. Fast, pacey, love cats, love beer. Top couple.
What's not to like?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Check them out.
I loved that walk. That
was
walk
brilliant,
was
wasn't
so special and
It was
magical.
unexpected, wasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't mean to do it, and then we just kept walking and walking, and winter woodlands, and it was snowy, and we recorded.
Gardens were big, weren't
The
they?
proposal. The gardens are massive. If you ever go, English garden, huge, probably about the size of England.
Yep.
But it was great. Markets.
Markets were really, really good. I think my favourite was probably the last market,
Yeah.
the one at the end of the day. What was it called again?
Hydehauser.
Market.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Again, another tip from Near From Home, which is featured on one of their videos, which I think we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. One slight disappointment, Hofbrauhaus. We have said before it's our favourite bar in the 500 subscriber
Yeah,
video.
someone said, what's your favourite bar in the world? I said the Hofbrauhaus. Desperate to go again. Love the place. Been there quite a few times.
Yeah.
Bit disappointed. Too busy.
But they were letting people in without any thought of how many people they had in there, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And it had become more of an Instagram hub, and there was not a chance in hell of getting a
We'd never get
seat
a
at a
seat,
table.
no.
So we moved on, but we found that nice place, that little sausage place.
We did.
It was
I love the
lovely.
beer hall we went to with Ben and Camille as well the night earlier.
that was really nice.
That was
Now, important stuff.
Yeah.
Let's rate it on a
Oh.
Christmassy scale.
On a Christmassy scale, in our search for Christmas,
Yeah, go on.
I would rate it. I'm going to go for 9. It was so good.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to go for a 9 as well.
Blimey. Must have
Yeah,
been
my
good.
only negative was probably the Hofbrauhaus, but I'd probably gone 8.5. But that last market, the Hydehauser, just
Made up for it, didn't
yeah,
it?
made up for it. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed this video, we'd be super happy if you'd give it a like.
And push the button and subscribe,
Yeah.
leave a comment, all of that. But stay tuned for Salzburg
But you want
next
to
week.
find out what's going to go on next week in Salzburg? We limped a lot. There
Yeah,
we
in
go.
fact, we got walking videos out this week.
Yeah.
We've got loads of stuff coming out this
Yeah.
week, just for the sake of
For the
it.
sake of it. So as we say in Postcard and a Pint,
Cheers to the good
Christmassy
times.
good times.
Christmassy
Cheers.
good times. Got this cake from the Christmas market.
Did you pay for it yourself?
No, it's stolen.
Oh.